Hi, I'm Mike Beliveau, and today we're back at the West Shore Sportsmen's Association. And you might remember in a recent video, I posed the question, when does it make sense to install a cursed gated cartridge conversion cylinder on a cap and ball revolver? And today I want to tackle a similar question, which is, when does it make sense to install one of these two-piece cylinders on a cap and ball revolver? So let's get to it. So before we tackle the question of when does it make sense to use one of these, let's take a look at the cylinder itself. Now, back in 1996, Kenny Howell of the R&D gun shop developed these two-piece cylinders. And he made them for the Remington New Model Army revolver, which we've got one right here. The conversion cylinder has two main components. The first is this, conventional bored-through cylinder, which is chambered for 45 Colt or 45 Schofield. And the second component is this back plate. And this has 6 firing pins mounted in it. And when you put it on, it aligns with the main cylinder body through this pin right here, going through a hole. So when you do that, it's locked together. So those are the two components. And so you load these two-piece cylinders off the gun like this. I'm going to load them with 45 Schofield black powder rounds. So these will take factory ammunition without a problem, though you should stick to lead bullets. And I'm going to load 5 because there are really no effective safety notches on here to load 6. So we're going to load 5 the same way we would a Colt single action revolver. And then all you have to do is put this on the gun and you're ready to shoot. After firing, unload the cylinder, put it on half cock, and remove the cylinder from the gun. This is a little bit inconvenient, and then with the cylinder off, just take any convenient tool, using a screwdriver, and poke out the empties. And there you go, ready to reload. Back in 1996, Kenny Howell of the R&D gun shop patented the Remington two-piece cartridge conversion cylinders. Now, Kenny's patent only covered one aspect of the cylinders. What Kenny did is he machined the chambers, bored the chambers, at a slight angle. And by doing that, he was able to accommodate 6 45 Colt cartridges in the cylinder. And it's only because of that slightly angled chamber that he can do that. And you'll notice that cursed Remington chambers only hold 5 cartridges. And that's because they can't use his patent. Another miss. Now, Kenny sold his patent to Taylor's & Company, and they've been manufacturing the two-piece Remington cylinders in-house ever since. But the conversion cylinders for Colts and for .38 caliber Remingtons and for Rugers are not patented because there's enough room to either bore them straight through on Rugers, or they're done with 5-shot cylinders. And Kenny Howell's successor company to the R&D gun shop, which is Howell Arms that his daughter runs, they manufacture all of those 2-piece Colt cylinders and Ruger cylinders. Kenny based the Remington 2-piece cylinders on actual historical examples. Remington did 2-piece cylinders almost exactly like this, but they didn't do them for the large framed new model Army. They did them on their smaller framed guns, the belt model, the Remington Police, and the pocket model. And those were all done in either 32 or 38 caliber rimfire. But the concept is almost exactly the same, except for the lack of centerfire firing pins that you find on the large Remingtons. So these are historical, but not on the guns that we're going to use them on. So now let's finally answer the question, when does it make sense to use these 2-piece cartridge conversion cylinders? And the answer is very simple. If this is a gun that you want to keep in cap and ball mode, you like it in cap and ball, but you want to occasionally have the convenience of shooting metallic cartridges and smokeless cartridges in it, well then this is the way to do it, because it doesn't change the gun at all. The gun is completely unmodified. You're just swapping out the cylinders, so when you put the cap and ball cylinder back in, it looks exactly the way it did when it came from the factory. Seems like lately I've got to miss once. So that's my look at Remington's 2-piece cartridge conversion cylinders. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with all your friends. Share it with all your enemies. Share it with everybody and make a comment, because it really does help with the algorithm. And I will see you next time. Until then, bye.